Howdy folks, Spencer here, and today I want to talk about the latest STO news on PC and console. Starting off, we have a couple of events that are live on PC and console starting today. The first is a celebration for Star Trek's birthday and Star Trek Day, and this is happening via a museum of ships that are going to be in orbit above Deep Space Nine and ESD. You can go up to these ships and interact with them and learn more about the ships, I believe. So, if you are interested, you can actually go up and talk to all 10 of the ships, and you will get a title for doing so called Historical Documents Expert. This will be running from today through September 19th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. And starting today, the Temporal Recruit event has started and will run on all platforms through October 4th. Now, just a reminder that when it comes to these temporal recruits, the only thing that you need to do during this month window that they're out is make a new TOS Starfleet character and play through the tutorial and the first couple of missions until you get this epic quality device in your inventory, the one you see at the top right. And once you have that device in your inventory, that is what gives you the temporal recruit objectives. Those objectives can be done at any point outside of the event or during. The only thing you have to do during the month period of this temporal recruit event is make the temporal recruit. The objectives you can work on half a year from now if you want. That's what most of us do. So just get the character created, get that device in your inventory during the next month, and you will be set to work on your temporal recruit character whenever you feel like it. And alongside the Temporal Recruit event, we have a TOS themed sale. So this is 30% off any TOS items or temporal items in the C store on both PC and console from today through September 19th. So if I hop over in game, I can show you some of these items. Now keep in mind, some of this stuff does go on better sales, like this legendary TOS Starfleet Captain bundle. This does occasionally go on a 35% sale, so 30% off is, that's good, but it does go cheaper at other points throughout the year. Same goes for the big Temporal Agent Special pack here. This thing does go on a 35% sale, so you can get that a little bit cheaper if you wait for those specific sales. So loads of ships here. They have the procured Holo Enterprise crew. I don't think this thing, for sure it's not worth 10,000 Zen. That's $100, and it's most certainly not worth $70. So do not waste your money on this procured Holo Enterprise crew. Please just don't. That's just a waste of your money. You got some outfits for sale, a variety of different temporal ships. So if there's anything specific that you're after, maybe take a look if it's anything that's TOS or temporal themed. But just keep in mind that this is not the best sale for every last item that's in this sale. And some console-specific news now. We had a patch earlier today on console. They fixed an issue with Cold Call, a couple costume fixes, a text fixed for the Andorian Summer Squall kit module, and you guys got the Toughly Freighter update that we got on PC last week. This Toughly update basically divides the Toughly model into 3 different parts, and you are able to customize the middle portion to basically shorten or lengthen your freighter to determine how much, how many like cargo pods you want to have on it. So it was a nice exterior update, but there's no change to the interior. But, it's nice to see older ships like that getting a skin refresh. And on console, you have an R&D weekend and junior officer weekend. So if you have any R&D packs or duty officer packs to open, now would be the time. This is running from today through September 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. For those of you on console, you have a 20% Lobi sale running from today through September 12th. So just a 20% sale, but that's pretty much the normal for Lobi sales nowadays. So if there's anything you were looking to grab, I don't think they're going to run any of the better sales anytime soon. Over on PC, we have an Admiralty bonus week running from today through September 13th, which is really handy if you're power leveling a temporal recruit. You could go through and really grind out the Admiralty campaigns on that character during this event if you wanted and get those specific tasks done on that character. Now, heading in game on PC, this one sucks to have to talk about, but Well, it just sucks to see in general is the dilithium economy being in an even worse shape now. We have now, as of today, passed 10 million Zen sitting in the backlog. What this means for you as a free-to-play player would be that it now takes 5 to 6 weeks, at least, to have your sales go through. Um, it really sucks. It may take even longer. The last time I had sold Zen, it was looking like about 2 million Zen worth was processed a week. Um, but I've heard some people say that it's lower than that, depending on the time frame. So realistically, I should probably be saying 6 to 8 weeks for your dilithium to sell, and that means that you really need to start planning ahead if you're looking to get Zen for Black Friday or the anniversary event next year. You're going to need to probably have your dilithium posted by the middle of September if you want to make sure and guarantee you have it ready for Black Friday, middle to late November. And if you want to have Zen ready for the anniversary pack next year, you're going to want to have it ready and your dilithium posted probably by the start of December to the middle of December, somewhere around that time frame. But you really have to plan ahead now. And the last bit of news for today is the new rewards for fleets. This blog is really lackluster in the information that it has in it. The only new piece of information here is that this is going to be arriving on PC first, instead of being rolled out to PC and console at the same time with the next content release. So, of the 6 line items that they have here, 3 of them are bug fixes. That is, the fleet transwarp to Bajor now actually goes to Bajor. This is a 6-year-old bug that they're now taking care of. The second line item is that members of Klingon fleets should find it much easier to get the attention of the transporter officer for beam out. Basically, the transporter officer NPC on your fleet starbase just did not want to talk to you. It was really hard to open the interaction dialogue with that NPC, so they have now finally fixed that. That is an 8-year-old bug, meaning that for 2/3 of STO's lifetime, that NPC has just been a massive pain in the ass to actually talk to get out of the map or to go to other fleet maps. The fourth line item is that they have fixed a bug that caused certain rare quality Romulan bridge officers to become very rare quality when you commission them. This is a fix for a 7-year-old bug. It wasn't really that impactful for us players. Didn't really do anything, so just a back-end fix, really. The third line item is that fleet-specific missions now have their own section in the mission journal. I don't know if this just means that, like, if I open up the mission journal, does that mean that there's a specific thing here for any fleet missions that I have? There'll be like a fleet category, or does that mean what would be really nice is if I could just go and pick up any fleet missions in the available tab, but I don't imagine it's going to be like that. I would like for the fleet missions to just be in the available tab so I could easily do them, but I expect it's just going to be the in progress tab, so I don't think that's going to be much of a change. We've already talked about the SROs. One thing I did forget to talk about when it comes to the SROs being added to the embassy for Engine Psi is that the cost of them is going to be twice the rare ones. So they've specified that they're adding male and female engineering, science, tactical, all these different options for SROs to the embassy, and they're all going to be very rare. But you're no longer going to be stuck to just getting that one single male tactical officer. You'll be able to get male or female for each of the different types, for those of you that care about that. But the cost is going to be twice as much. So, a full set of SROs under this new approach, 160,000 fleet credits per times 5 bridge officers. There's 800,000 fleet credits there, and then another like 200k dilithium. So just be ready if you were looking forward to those SROs that you are going to be spending quite a few fleet credits on them and dilithium. Then we have some new duty officers going to the fleet holdings and some ultra rare Admiralty ships. The issue with these 2 line items here, the new duty officers and the new Admiralty cards, the issue is they're not giving us enough information here. I would really have liked it if they could have went through and given us just a full little bullet list of the new duty officers they're adding and the new Admiralty cards. Even pictures would have been good. I would like to talk about these more, but we just don't know anything. They've shown off a couple of the Doffs on stream and one of the Admiralty cards, but the two Doffs that they did show off on stream don't really look that crazy good to me. Like, they'll have their use cases. They're just not going to be something that you need to go out and grab, but not every Doff that they're adding here, not every new fleet item that they add needs to be something that everyone goes out and gets. But the two that they decide to show off are a bit lackluster, in my opinion, and not leaving me with a ton of hope. Same goes for the Admiralty card. For those of you that do Admiralty, I don't. I'm curious if you find that Admiralty card useful. It's got fairly balanced stats, and then the special ability is minus 25% maintenance per small craft. I just don't think this is going to be that huge of an Admiralty card, and neither of these Doffs really look that special. So I would really like to say more about the fleet stuff, but their lack of information that they're giving here is making it hard to do so. They've said that it's PC, or it's launching on PC first, but they haven't given us a date. This is really just a very hollow blog, if I were to describe it. It just, there's words here, but there's not a lot of depth to it. So hopefully, if a dev hears me talking about this, if we could get like just a post on Reddit on our STO with like all the new Doffs and the Admiralty cards, that would be wonderful. But as is, we're pretty much just left out in the open here, and we got to wait for this to release and go to the holdings ourselves to see what the new items are. I would really like to know ahead of time so we can figure out, how people are going to value things and what is worth getting, things like that. Information is just handy, and I may just be a bit spoiled. Like, I play a lot of warships lately, and their dev blogs are very detailed, like just insanely. This is the blog post for World of Warships for the patch going out tomorrow, and the amount of detail in it is just. I can go in, look at the balance changes, and look at every last change, see every little number change, and when I go to the STO blogs here, I'm just told there's new Doffs coming, there's new Admiralty cards, but then there's nothing. There's no stats, no pictures. I just wish that we were given more information, but with STO, we just are often left guessing and just being forced to find out ourselves. So if a dev hears this, the information would be greatly appreciated in a public setting on Twitter or on like the subreddit. I would say the forums, but I don't think anybody uses the forums. So the subreddit or Twitter would be great. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. That's going to be it for today. So see you guys next time.